So Chris, something that we kind of bandy around really easily, but for people who are watching this may not know, can you just tell us, when we talk tiles, what is the difference between, say, a rectified tile and a cushion edge on a tile, and what they can expect to hear when they're talking to people and what that will mean to them?
Yeah, sure. Well, a cushioned edge is what most people has probably seen or have in their homes, because that is the way tiles were made. It's taking like a stamp of clay or porcelain, and then the glaze gets poured over it and it kind of rolls over the edge and it's got a soft edge to it.
Sure.
A rectified tile has gone through that stamping or pressing process, but it then gets cut on all four sides to make it a perfect square. And because it's now a perfect square, you can lay many of them close together.
So then you can have a grout joint that might be 2 millimeters.
That's it.
Whereas when you had a cushioned edge one, you'd possibly have to have 4 or 6 millimeters.
Yeah,
of
well, the
grout,
Australian
depending on what
standard talks about a minimum of 5.
Right, there you go, a minimum of 5.
Versus a minimum of 3 for the rectified. But really it comes down to the tile installer.
Sure.
Because what he does is he looks at the substrate on how flat or level it is, will determine how close he can get that together.
Okay, so cool. On that point, when Chris says substrate, he's talking about the slab that they're putting it on, whether it might be onto a FC sheet flooring or a tile underlay, or whether it's directly onto concrete. How flat that is determines how well the tiles can be laid and how close you can get them.
Yeah.
And just because your friend's place is done perfectly tight, their substrate might have actually allowed that where your substrate may not.